Okay, so last week I ended the reset topic with, I don't predict we will get a new all-time high in the next 4-year cycle. And along with not getting a new all-time high in the next 4-year cycle, which is, by the way, 2026 to 2029, I also think it might possibly be a left translated cycle. So, what is a left translated cycle? Everyone expects that we're always going to see a new high every 4 years. But the market is not going to do the exact same thing every single halving. It's really nonsense. Okay? It doesn't mean price has to go to a new all-time high after the halving, every single halving, and it just economically, it doesn't make sense. Now, sure, it might have done so repeatedly in the past 3-4 times, but to use that as your rock and put 100% reliance on it, I think that is poor trading analysis and a lack of understanding of the market. So, moral of the story, do not use the halving to make any trading decisions. That's just silly. So, to understand left translated or right translated cycle, here, looking at BTC, we're breaking up the cycles into 4-year blocks, not the halving, but from the low to the low. So what I'm saying is, let's start with the 2017 cycle. So the 2017 cycle low was January 2015, the low. Before it flipped and started making highs in the bull market. Then we got the 2017 all-time high, bear market, and in that bear market, we formed the lowest we would go until price would initiate the bull market again. And then 2021 all-time high, bear market, and the lowest we would go until the current bull market began. Okay, so the 4-year blocks is from low to low, low to low. That's how we are measuring it. That's how it works. So from the previous cycle low, you get an all-time high, right? From the beginning of the box to the end of the box, you get an all-time high somewhere in that 4-year cycle. So to determine what's a right translated and what's a left translated, translated, you just split the 4 years in half. The low to the low, you split it in half. So what you're doing is you're going to get 2-year blocks per cycle. Let me use this guy, a trick I do. So using this, it shows me the halfway point is right here. So left side is 2 years, right side is 2 years. So you see, 4-year cycle, you get a left side and a right side. And the simplest explanation is if you get a top, now a top could be an all-time high, or it could just be the highest it'll go for that cycle. So what I'm saying by that is every 4 years does not have to make a new all-time high every single time, every 4 years, but there is going to be the highest point price goes for that cycle every 4 years. May not be an all-time high for that asset, but what we're looking at is the highest it goes in that 4-year period. So if you get a top on the left side of the 4-year cycle, then that is a weak cycle, and that means you spend the rest of the time going into a bear market. So let's imagine the top actually happened here. That means the rest of that cycle you spend it going down. That's what happens if you get a top on the left side. Now, we can actually apply this, what I'm doing, on an unlimited number of time frames. So right here, I'm showing you 4 years. You can do this on like a 30-day cycle, a 60-day cycle, 100 days, 365 days. The possibilities are endless. But I don't use this information on any other time frame. I'm just using it on BTC on a 4-year time horizon. So again, left translated cycle, it's a weak market because you're spending most of it in a bear. Let me draw it again. You get a top on the left side, you spend the rest of the time in a bear market. If you get a top on the left side, you spend the rest of the time in a bear market. So left translated cycles are weak markets. That market is weaker, that asset is weak. Now, so far in BTC, I'm drawing the halfway points for all the 4-year cycles. So far in BTC, all we've had are right translated cycles. Do you see that? Let me mark the all-time high. All-time high in the first cycle ever was not mainstream or public, was here. November 2013. This was the all-time high. You can see it happened on the right side. In the 2017 cycle, it happened December 2017. Look, it happened on the right side, not the left, the right. In the 2021 cycle, we got the top in November 2021. Now it's on the right, not the left. So, again, all we've had so far are right translated cycles, which means we spend most of the time going up and then a short bear market. Most of the time going up and like a 1-year bear market. Most of the time going up, 1-year bear market. Okay, you see how that's very different from the left translated I drew previously, which is you get a top on the left side and you spend most of your time in a bear market. Left translated is a high on the left side and like 2-3 years bear market. Okay, that's what a left translated cycle would look like. So it runs up high real fast in the beginning, and then it keeps making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So left translated markets are weak markets. So because so far in BTC, all we've had are right translated cycles, let's delete my drawings. So far, everything has happened on the right side, and we spend most of the time going up in all the 4 years, and just like a year going down, everyone starts believing that this is what's always going to happen, that it's always going to play out this way, that it's going to happen like this every single time, and I think that is dangerous. I think that's where they're wrong, and they're going to get caught out in the next 4-year cycle. So, in terms of the halfway point for the current 4-year cycle, it's hard to say. I'm going to put this back on the regular, okay? Wow, look at how warped my drawings got. So, let's delete these guys. But you can see, top happens on the right side, top happens on the right side. So, I don't know where the current cycle is going to end. Okay, but if we say it's 4 years and we know it started November 2022, then 4 years could take us out to 2026. Okay, October 2026. So let me draw this on. And remember, this is low to low, not low to all-time high. It's low to low. That's what we've done. Low to low, low to low. So this includes the bear market, okay? So assuming it's another 4-year cycle, November 2022 to October 2026, if I draw my tool on, you can see we are already past that half point date, which was November 2024. We just passed it a few months ago. And we made an all-time high past the halfway cycle. Halfway cycle? Oh my God, the halfway point. The all-time high happened in January at 109K. So what I'm showing you is this has already proven to be a right translated cycle. The current one we're in, all-time high is up here. So we are in a right translated cycle, meaning we spent majority of the time going up and the bear market is probably going to be relatively short, just like the previous cycles. So again, I don't know, we don't know where the market ends, but on a 4-year time horizon, you split this in half. We are already past the halfway point, and we did make an all-time high on the right side. So we already know it's a right translated cycle. So what this all has to do with my previous talk about reset and regulations is maybe next 4-year cycle is a left translated cycle. Maybe we get our first left translated cycle. So remember, I don't think we will see a new all-time high in the next 4 years. Let's just paste this guy over so I can get like a 4-year thing. No, I want the square. Let's copy the square over. Okay, so something like this. Let's just draw it even. So if reset and regulations happens, I don't think we will see a new all-time high in the next 4-year cycle. Okay, I think whatever that cycle's high is will be lower than the current cycle's all-time high. And I believe it will be a left translated one to really trick everyone. Remember, I think they are going to deliberately crash this space. First, they're gonna pump it up to its extremes, the highest it can go, before they pop the bubble deliberately to give us regulations. What if they trick us out one more time? What if they're like, yeah, whatever happens, let's give them another run up, but that run up actually happens in the next 4-year cycle. This is next 4-year cycle territory, okay? And everyone thinks, holy shit. Everyone thinks, wow, if we're this high already, then we're gonna do this by 2019. However, with my left translated cycle theory, maybe the top happens on the left side in the first 2 years of the 4-year cycle, and then spends the next 2-3 years in the bear market, making its low. So again, 4-year cycles from low to low, low to low, low to low, low to low. So maybe we get a peak in 2025, we already have. Maybe we get a peak in 2016, 2017. And that's the highest it goes. So 2028, 2029, we might not see higher prices than we see in 2016 or 2016, oh my goodness, 2026 or 2027. So again, I think that's really gonna trick everyone. I think the next 4 to 6 years, 2 to 6 years is gonna be all tricks. It's gonna be manipulation. It's gonna seem like manipulation. It's really gonna get a lot of people caught out, and it's gonna throw some curveballs. So next 4-year cycle, we could see a high quicker than we typically do, and that would lead into a longer, drawn out, multi-year bear market. So where we normally get 1-year bear market, this could be a 2-year bear market, a 3-year bear market, a multi-year bear market. So that's it. Let's put this back on the log chart. Oh my goodness. It could look something like that on a log chart. That's not really the best drawing. Let's go back. It could look like that. That's my thesis. On a 4-year cycle, the first part is I don't think we get a new all-time high, and the second part of my thesis is I think it becomes a left translated cycle. Just to trick everyone, just to make it hard on everyone.